My friends, hello. You've heard the phrase before, you are what you eat. But did you realize that you're also what you think? The way that our brains work is really pretty fascinating. Think about when you were a kid and you were learning something and it was a struggle and you really didn't know how to do it. That was because you were learning in that moment and you were creating a neural pathway in your brain. And as we repeatedly do the same behavior over and over, the neural pathway strengthens and becomes more powerful. And so you can think of this like a tree branch. You know, as a tree is starting to grow and it puts out little twigs, those twigs eventually become big arms of the tree. Or you can think about like the street you live on in your neighborhood versus a highway. The more usage these pathways have, the more powerful they become and the more important of a role they play in our lives. So you think about when you were learning to ride a bike. You know, everyone says, you know, it's like learning to ride a bike. It's because when you pedal, you're doing it repeatedly and you're constantly learning how to balance as you're pedaling your legs, and so you're strengthening that neural pathway every single time. And so that's why it's so hard for us to forget how to do some things that we do repeatedly. That's why, you know, when you once you know how to walk, you know how to walk. So what's interesting though is we can be intentional or sometimes unintentional about the things that we think about and the things that we tell ourselves. And that reinforces the neural pathways in our minds, and we become what we think. So, I used to know a person that would say she would say, "Oh, Susie, that was so dumb. You're so dumb," and she would beat herself up for making a simple mistake like not using a directional and accidentally cutting somebody off or something like this, right? And so she would just beat herself up, and she did it constantly. Now this was partly because of the environment that she was raised in and the relationship that she was in, which further exacerbates the problem. But she was telling herself constantly that she was dumb, and she felt dumb because of it. We can do the inverse. We can tell ourselves positive affirmations. And when we tell ourselves positive affirmations, it may feel silly, it may feel dumb, it may feel hokey, whatever. But what's interesting is the more we do it, the more we feel it. And what would you rather feel? Would you rather feel dumb or would you rather feel powerful and confident? I know for me, I'd rather feel powerful and confident. So I tell myself strong, powerful, confident things that make me feel the way that I want to feel. One of the nicknames that I've given myself, if you ever were to see my cell phone doesn't have my name on it. My cell phone says Mr. Awesome, and my license plate says Awesome, because I want to be awesome for myself and for all those around me. I want to be an awesome person for everybody, especially me, because if I feel awesome, then I'm going to be awesome. And so, what do you want to be? Who are you, right? You decide for yourself. You tell yourself who you are and who you want to be. You choose based on the things that you repeatedly tell yourself, and you choose what those things are. And you become what you say to yourself. You are what you think. You are what you think. So think whatever you want, and that is what you will be.